open enrollment begins November the 1st, and it will run through December the 15th, and that is for coverage that begins January 1, 2018.
All right.
So consumers can start searching right now to make a determination if they would like to change or as a new enrollees to sign up for health insurance. I think the most important thing on these individual plans that people should do is to start looking now. Start early. Stay abreast of the changes that are taking place because the health insurance landscape is still evolving, and it's evolving rapidly depending upon what the federal government does. And then they need to shop around. Right now we have the three insurers, Pacific Source, the Co-op, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They have posted their proposed rates for next year, and the averages are PacSource is a 13% increase. The Co-op has a 16% increase, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield has a 22% increase. And these are dramatic changes in people's budgets. So they need to continue to look around and see what type of plan is going to accommodate their needs. The first place that I would direct folks is to MontanaHealthAnswers.com. That's Montana, spelled out, healthanswers.com, and to continue to watch these things. I'm working with my staff and with our federal delegation to continue to advocate for changes at the federal level that will give us the ability to get the health care costs down for the people of Montana so that they can purchase products that accommodate their budgets, their specific health care needs, and their personal choices. And we are not there yet, but we are working on it.
Now, Matt, with all the wrangling that's going on in Washington right now about, some really want the Affordable Care Act to basically die a speedy death. Others want to keep it going. And there's increases in, as you just mentioned, increases in premiums. What can folks do to make sure they're right in the center of where they need to be to get the health care they need?
Again, continue to watch, go on and go to MontanaHealthAnswers.com, because as these changes take place at the federal level and give the folks of Montana the ability to purchase additional or different type products, we're going to get that information out as soon as possible. So like last week, for example, the president came out with 2 different executive orders. Everybody heard about the one executive order, which is where they were, he said that based upon the Attorney General's decision that the CSRs were not being paid to these insurance companies constitutionally. Okay, it wasn't in a constitutional manner because Congress had not appropriated those funds. That was one executive decision. And so that he said, okay, we're going to discontinue those CSRs. But there was a decision just before that he sent out that said he was going to extend the duration of the short-term policies from 90 days out to 1 year. Those are policies that people can purchase that do not have all of the different mandates that the federal government has placed upon these ACA compliant plans. So there's another alternative for folks. They're going to open up the ability for people to have association plans, which means that if you are in an organization and there are like organizations around the country that happen to be offering and utilizing some different health plans, that you potentially could join in with those and take advantage of that. And then they also, in his executive order, said that he wanted a rule to allow employers to start putting funds into an HRA, which is basically like a health savings account, except that the employer puts those funds into the account, and employees could then take advantage of pre-taxed dollars that for their health care as well. So all of these things people need to monitor closely and get engaged right now so that they can keep their health care cost as low as possible. I understand. Believe me, I know that right now that health care costs are one of the biggest budgeted items that families are facing in this state. And it doesn't have to be that way. So I will continue to work to see if we can get those costs down.
Got it. Will people be able to find out about the second option that you had just mentioned, the association plans, at that same website?
They will once they change the rule. Right now, the president directed Health and Human Services to change the rule so that they can do that, and it will take them some time to get through the rule process. So once Health and Human Services changes the rule, then that information will be posted again on MontanaHealthAnswers.com.